Hi everyone, and welcome back to Art-Cher. This is part 2 of our ceramic snowflake making. So this is glazing. You're almost finished. And what you need is some ceramic glaze. I use Saks True Flow ceramic glaze, and I only use 3 different colors in clear. So I've got pretty in pink, I've got lilac, and I've got light blue. These colors I think are the best reflections of like snow and keeping it cool and looking more soft. So let's get started. We'll start with some of the clear ceramic glaze. This one I've already started a little bit, so I'm just going to use this piece here, and I'm going to use a nice big brush, and I'm just going to, I'll pour this into a cup or some sort of container, and then you could share if somebody's with you. And you're just going to brush this all over. 3 coats of this glaze are good, and this glaze actually dries very quick. So once you put it on and you go everywhere, you want to go all over your piece, and you don't want it to be thin. You can see that this looks like very thin right now, and the parts that I did before are a little thicker. But once you're done, then you can usually start right back over again. So you got to think that snow really is not a color. It is clear, they're ice crystals, and it'll pick up any kind of color around it. So you want something that is fairly light. You don't want some heavy dark colors on there. You just want to make sure that you have some reflective color, and it's minimal. We're not going to put a ton of color on this. Okay, so we're going to keep brushing and brushing. Get all of your edges and sides. Make sure you're taking care of any drips that you might see, because the drips actually end up on the other side, and this type of thing will end up, if you let it stay that way, it'll end up forming almost like a little hill on your piece when it's all fired and done. Okay, so we're going to do the front and the back, and we're going to put these on little stilts when they go back into the kiln so it doesn't stick to the kiln shelf. So we're going to keep painting this. Okay, now I have this all coated with my clear, 3 coats of my clear. Now I just want to show you something, because when you do paint these, what ends up happening is you get little drips like this. I don't know if you can see that, but right there and on the other side, this is what it will look like. So you want to take a brush, and if you have to, if it's a little dry, take a tiny bit of water on your brush and just brush those out. Get rid of those, because that will actually create a little bump on your piece. So you want to make sure that you have glaze all through here. All of these little high spots are just kind of brushed out really nice and even, okay? So now I am going to use my 3 different colors and a paper towel. So you're gonna take your paper towel and you're gonna crunch it. Don't ball it, crunch. You want these little crunchy pieces, okay? And I do want you to have a scrap paper on the side, because that's going to help you. So this is what I'm talking about with kind of crunching your paper towel, okay? And it is better to use a paper towel and crunch it up so that you have pieces that are coming up and pieces that are going down, okay? So let's just kind of crunch this up a little better. Some pieces are up, some pieces are down, something like that, okay? Now, I am going to use just a piece of scrap paper over on the side. I'm going to show you on this black paper because it actually helps for you to see. I'm going to start with a little bit of pink. So I'm just blotting straight up and down, and I want to get it on those little high peaks of my paper towel. Okay, and if you see that this is a little flat, you're going to see what happens over on the paper here. Okay, if I blot, that's how it's going to look. Okay, so I like to blot a couple times on my paper, and then I'm going to just here and there, I'm going to put this on my snowflake, okay? And I want to make sure that that is all crunched up, okay? I like to just kind of put it here and there on the back, on the sides, okay? I think that was a little too much. Okay, so just here and there. This is my pink, and remember, this is all going to be white. This color this green color that I have down there, that's actually clear. So whatever color clear you have, you know, this is actually kind of nice because you can see on top of it, and you know, it's just going to be white underneath because I have white clay. So I'm just going to pop in little bits of glaze, and you don't want to overdo it. Don't overdo it, just here and there. Okay, there we go. So now that is my pink. You can use the same one, and you can try your light blue. Unless you glop it on, you're not going to overdo too much by just a quick little touch up and down, okay? Unless you got serious blot by accident. So something like that. Okay, don't forget to get the edges. Don't forget to get the back. You have to concentrate on the front so much. And you know, you can leave little spaces open. Okay. I think that looks nice. I don't like to have too much on there, so I'm just kind of putting one more little bit right there. Now, some people do like to do a lot more color on theirs, and you know what? Honestly, it does turn out really nice if you just keep blotting color on there. So as long as it's very soft, you don't want glops. Like I said, that's the only thing you really, really don't want. You're going to turn it over, and you're going to go on the back, and you're going to do your back here and there, okay? And then once you are all done, we are going to have to put this back into the kiln. Once we put it back into the kiln, these are some finished pieces. This is what it looks like when you're all done. This one has a little bit more color on it. As you can kind of see, it's built up a little more here. This one has a little less, where you can see a little more white. But it's still a nice combination of colors, and it'll kind of look like a reflected, beautiful snowflake. So good luck to you. See you next time.